Now, on this show, we're all about shining a light on amazing people who do amazing things. And this week's greatest Briton is Nikki Scott.
Yep, Nikki is the founder of Scotty's Little Soldiers, an incredible charity which offers bereavement support and care for children whose parents have died while serving in the armed forces.
Yes, Nikki founded the charity in 2010 after her husband Lee, Scotty Scott, was killed in 2009 while on active service in Afghanistan with the 2nd Royal Tank Regiment.
Now Nikki's story is heartbreakingly, but unfortunately not unusual, as Scotty's Little Soldiers are currently providing bereavement support for over 650 military children and have pledged to support over 1,000 bereaved military children by 2030. That's incredible.
It is just the most incredible work. So, Nikki, welcome to Saturday Morning Live, and a huge congratulations. You are this week's greatest Briton, and you are truly incredible, the work that you do. Tell us a little bit more about Scotty's Little Soldiers, because this is so important to you and so personal.
Yeah, so it's not just me, by the way. There's like a team behind me and our supporters are incredible. But I set up Scotty's because when Lee was first killed, obviously, you know, our world fell apart. I was 28, I just thought, life's done. You know, Kai was 5, Brooke was 7 months. And then as time went on, I started to realise that, you know, I started to think about how many other bereaved children are going through this. There was such limited support for bereaved military children. So many great UK military charities, but real limited support for the children. So, yeah, didn't quite know what I was doing or how to do it, but had the passion and drive. And, yeah, and the response has been incredible. And there are so many children.
I've seen the most incredible photos here of Lee. You make the most beautiful couple. How do you even begin to explain to your children what happened to their dad? The hardest thing you do. And actually, I feel like even now, it's like nearly 15 years on, it can still, you know, you still have those moments where it just feels unreal. And actually, you tell your child once, but actually, you know, they were 5 and Brooke was 7 months. So I've probably had to tell them like loads of times throughout their life. And as they grow and they understand more, they ask more questions and they want to know, you know, you can't just say he was killed in action. They now want to know where, how, why, what happened that morning, what, you know. So you're going over it again and again and again as they grow.
And at what point, because I've always wondered this, when someone has gone through a bereavement like yourself, at what point do you turn around and think, well, OK, I've been able to sort of do as best as I can to overcome this bereavement, now I'm going to go and help others. At what point did that happen?
It's all a blur, if I'm honest. I was in a really dark place, and because I had 2 young children, I was having to get out of bed. You know, Kai was like, I want Cocoa Pops, you know, so I was having to get up. But I didn't want to be here, if I'm honest. You know, I was really in the dark. Lee was just, he was 26, and he was just a real life, full of life. But I went on holiday 9 months after Lee was killed. I didn't want to go. That was another. I was like, I don't want to go on holiday and watch families all having fun. But my cousin was like, come on, you're going to come. And it was that point I saw Kai laughing in the swimming pool with his cousins, and I kind of had it. It sounds so corny, but I had that, like, Lee would be going nuts. Like, I need to help the children. And then, started to wonder how many others had experienced the death of a parent and weren't getting the right support.
It is so incredible to you, and it's such a testament to you that you were able to take your grief and your pain, and there was so much pain there, and put it and channel it into something as incredible as Scotty's Little Soldiers. It's a testament to your strength, and also the fact that you could see that there was a gap there where people needed support and help just like you. Yeah,
and there still is, don't get me wrong. Like, we've done amazing work, offer so many different services now to these children, because actually it's not just about the death of their parent. It's also these, if you're living in a military gash, then that's your home, because I was living in an army house. That's Kai's school. I moved back to where my family were, so that was, you're just, when you're used to that military community where everyone around you serves, and then you're out of it. So Scotty's is about also bringing them back to that community again and being around others who truly understand what it's like.
And your children, obviously, are always going to be proud of their dad.
I hope so, yeah, definitely.
But on the flip side, too, they're going to be very proud of you, because what you're doing is you're both showing how both of you as parents do amazing things for your community and
thank you.
the people, and that's huge.
Yeah, and I think it's really important, if you don't mind me just quickly saying that
you know, Lee was killed in action, he served in the army, but Scotty's is very much about the military as a whole. So it doesn't matter if, you know, if there's people out there listening, it doesn't matter whether it's RAF, Army, Navy, reserves, they all served our country. It doesn't matter whether they died by suicide, killed in action, illness, and even now supporting children of veterans as well, because they served our country. They deserve to have their children looked after. So that, it's just really important to say.
Nikki, how proud do you feel? Do you allow yourself to feel proud when you see? Can we get those pictures up again of Remembrance Day Sunday? And you will recognise this scene from Remembrance Day Sunday. You will see Scotty's little soldiers. Now I've said it to you, you'll see it every November. It's those black and yellow scarves, isn't it? And you always walk along at the back. There's a large group of you now.
Yeah.
You must look over and look at that sight of all those scarves and think, I did that. I've created this.
To be fair, there's not enough time to sit back and have many of those moments, but it does make the team really proud, especially when, you know, it took a long time for us to get children and young people on that parade, and then we were put at the back, and then, we came to nearer the front where we belonged to be. So, and just to see the children, they're so proud of their parents' service. Oh. And you know, it means so much to them to see people clapping and standing out there for hours.
Great photos.
It's just, it really is.
When she was so little.
Oh, it's incredible what you do. Nikki Scott, it is an absolute honour to meet you today.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do, and especially to those military children and all the support you give them. It's just the most wonderful initiative. Thank you so much.